Before we begin, to all my returning viewers, I'm always grateful for you. Many thanks for the years of support. To any newcomers and lurkers that are watching this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, feel free to subscribe. There's no memberships here, no Patreons, no Toy Store sponsorships. I only make videos of things that I like. Now, in this day and age of social media, unfortunately, numbers matter. The more likes a video gets, the more subs you pull in, the better chance your video is seen by everyone. And that's the goal here. So if you can help me out with tapping a few buttons, it mean the world to me. Thanks so much, y'all. I put some good work into this video. I hope you enjoy. What's up, y'all? This is Just Jay Hernandez, and today we're going to be taking a look at Black Suit Neighbor from messtoys. Here we go. All right, today in the house, we're going to be looking at the new one from CT/messtoys, the new Symbiote on the block. We've got what they've called the Black Suit Neighbor. Now, whatever you want to call this, a mass-produced custom figure, a knockoff, a bootleg, whatever, there's no denying it. This is very well done. One of the better unlicensed products I've had the pleasure of handling. And I'll be honest, I don't normally go out seeking these figures. I'm not what you would call a CT guy. The only other one I picked up is their knockoff SHF Toby Spidey in the Symbiote suit, which is good, but incredibly underwhelming in how scaled down it was in comparison to the original. Anyway, I digress. More often than not, if there is a real counterpart to any given unlicensed figure, I usually seek that out first. Now, in the case of Black Suit Neighbor, this doesn't exist. In the bevy of Spidey product we've received, past, present, and future, an amazing Yamaguchi powered by Rebel Tech, Symbiote Spider-Man, it does not exist. It's never existed. And that is what immediately got my attention, because this is something Spidey fans, myself included, have wanted for years. A no-frills, minimally designed Rebel Black Suit Spidey. Now, we have no idea why one has never been made. It seems simple enough, am I right? Whether it's something tied up in stipulations with licensing, whether it's something Kyoto isn't interested in doing, whatever it is, CT/messtoys has answered the call. Surprisingly, with absolutely no cease and desists so far. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of good things going on with this figure, but before we get started, quick scale. As you can see, straight up 12 scale. Fits in with your Mafex, your Legends, and your other Rebel Tech figures. Now, whether or not you want a more stylized figure like this amongst the rest of your 12 scale figures that aren't in that amazing Yamaguchi style, it's your call, but that's besides the point, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Before I get carried away in the introduction here, less chit-chat, more figure, let's take a look at Black Suit Neighbor in The Void. All right, so starting from top to toe, we've got two separate head sculpts. Now, these figures were cheap enough on AliExpress that I went ahead and picked up two, just in case there were any boo-boos. That said, being the Symbiote fan that I am, I want one more. Anyway, two separate head sculpts, the perfect combo. One larger-eyes version, one smaller. It's disappointing. No other heads I have really fit this guy, thanks to the girth in the neck. But I'm sure Farul on Insta will be taking care of all of us later who picked up this guy. But yeah, for what comes standard, dig what's going on here. As for the rest of the sculpt, This is where I tip my hat to the folks at messtoys. Now, while this figure is largely based off the latest Revoltech Spidey figure, given the smoothness of the symbiote suit here, it's almost entirely comprised of new pieces. Number one being the torso. The symbiote symbol is raised here. As for around the biceps, forearms, thighs, calves, feet, any single piece of sculpted web lining that was in the previous figure is now gone. So folks who've been saying that this is an exact copy of the figure that preceded it, they're misinformed and they are entirely wrong. What we're looking at here really goes hard into that custom realm. And like I said in the intro of this video, has never been seen before. Even when we compare this guy to Armored Spidey, all new, and a lot less fussy. There's a reason why I don't normally make videos of these figures. All you gotta do is look at some Revoltech figures and pieces just start falling off. Now, that's not to say that parts here don't get unpegged easily, because, hey, they do. Namely, at the shoulders, the waist will come unpegged at times, sometimes the neck, and every now and again, the hips, but not nearly as bad as some legitimate Revoltech figures. A lot more solid and super easy to just pick up and put back together. When it comes to paint, definitely not perfect, but not a deal breaker. And honestly, I'm not surprised. There's only three pieces on this figure, if you count the hands, that utilize any kind of paint. The head sculpts and the torso for the symbiote. But when compared to other companies, legitimate or otherwise, their logos are not the cleanest either. There's no shading on the body, but the matte finish on the plastic does give it a sweet, semi-premium look. There is a lot to like here. Now, as far as accessories, we've got a lot of hands to get through. So let's go ahead and take a look at those, and seeing that it poses simple enough, we'll do a quick pose through as well. Here we go.
And now for our feature presentation.
Even for as inexpensive as this is, accessories are most definitely not lacking. And one thing these Reveltech and Reveltech adjacent figures have that not a lot of other Spidey figures have are these flatter style hands. I absolutely love these. I think every Spidey should come with them. As for articulation, I dig it, y'all. For those of you new to this and not familiar with how Revels work, on first play, you're either gonna love them or hate them. Now, I find that the style is incredibly polarizing for some people. That said, though, with the advancements Kyoto and Amazing Yamaguchi have made over the years in getting Spidey to look good in both action and neutral poses, you'll find that they've all been accounted for here in this figure by messtoys, with a lot less of the little frustrations that come with legit product. Things like little pieces that keep coming on and off, hands easy to get in and out, there's no loose joints after hours of use, and I'm here for it. Also, for those of you who wanted to know, there is no scraping of the insignia paint when you articulate the torso. I frickin' love that these guys thought of that. And with all this talk about the points of mobility, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the articulation on this guy now. Alright, so let's go ahead and get an idea of how Black Suit Neighbor scales. Now, scale has always been very important to me. Aside from articulation, the one thing I want to know is, how does something look and size up with the rest of my stuff? Let's go ahead and find out. Alright, so first up, here he is with some Kyoto product. We've got Cable, Deadpool, Ryu Hayabusa, and Mickey Mouse. Alright, so next I thought it would be important to put him next to some other symbiotes. We have the OG Legends symbiote, still one of my favorite boys. We've got the DB Toys Netman, we've got Mafex, and we have also got the Secret Wars Marvel Legends symbiote. So I'm not going to go too crazy with Legends. If I do, we'd probably be here all day. So I'm just going to scale him with the ones that I think matter right now. We've got Shocker, and we've got Rhino. And here's how he scales with some Marvel Mafex. And in shameless self-promotion, here's how he scales with a couple of figures I've taken a look at these past couple of weeks. We've got Storm Ken, who is really, really good. You should watch that video. And we also have Montez Lee from Loose Collector, who is awesome as well. Watch both these videos, links down below. And last, but certainly not least, here's how he scales with Deadpool and the dude who will always be my number one, Black Costume Spider-Man. Alright, y'all, so that is basically all I've got for today. In closing, legitimate or not, this figure is worth your time. And I don't say that about a lot of products like this. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not a big CT guy. I'm not a big bootleg guy. I'm not a big KO guy. I'm not into buying spurious figures that already exist. That's not me being elitist or hoity-toity. It's just a question of taste. I don't want a copy. I want the original. But when it comes to something that's a bit out of the ordinary like this, there was work that was put behind this, and it's not a note-for-note remake of a popular song or even a cover. This is good old-fashioned jazz, man, and I dig it. And best believe I'm down for the Kane Parker they're making as well. That thing looks awesome. But yes, y'all, as it stands, this is good stuff. And if you got the $30-ish for it, drop it on this, because while it may not be legit, it feels legit. All right, y'all, with that said, we are going to go ahead and sign off. Respect yourself. Respect those around you. We will go ahead and check you later. And as always, stay frosty.